Hey, Mike.
Hey Sean, how you doing, bud?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm alive, I suppose.
That's good. That's good. And we have beer
Mm,
that we've already reviewed
yeah,
separately,
yeah,
part of our separation agreement.
that's
Don't
true.
worry, we're not getting divorced. Um, so, if you haven't watched either of the solo reviews, like I explained, and I assume like Mike explained, the purpose of this video is for us to have combined our efforts in that we both had Little House's apple cider donut Scotch style ale with apple cider donut, cinnamon, and vanilla, which is what Mike had. But mine had an addition of caramel and coffee. So we both just finished the solo reviews. We have not discussed what we thought of the beer, and now we're going to come together and discuss, see if we have similar tasting notes because I have questions.
There we go. Let's do it. What do you got? What's your questions?
um, First off, I want to know what you got on the nose.
I got like spices, a little bit of vanilla, some caramel from like maybe the strong ale kind of notes. Maybe a little bit of allspice, cinnamon, stuff like that.
Okay, that's sort of what I expected, just from the adjuncts. So like the first thing I get on the nose is like, I was first time I smelled it, I was like, that's Mike would hate this. It's just coffee. It's coffee. It's and then there's like a little bit of like sweet like cider donut sweetness. Like you do get a little bit of apple characters like that. But I'm like, this is just coffee. So the first thing I said like in this whole review, I was like, I can't wait to hear what Mike got on the nose because like I imagine like all these other adjuncts sound magical, and the coffee just sort of like overtakes it from the nose perspective. So that's sort of what I figured. Um, Taste wise, what did you get?
More of the same. Um, it, I think I was. I mean, yeah, same things. Honestly, it tastes like a kind of a regular Scotch ale. It's pretty good. I like it.
I haven't had a Scotch. The last time I only two Scotch ales I could think of when I was doing the soul review that I mentioned was like the Skull Crusher or whatever. Is it Skull Crusher? I think that's the. Well,
I
that's
think
the
so.
yeah, the one with the and then Sam's Scotch ale. I can't think of any other
Which
relatively famous,
stems?
right? Sam made a
Which
Scotch ale
one?
many years ago.
Which one?
They only made one. I mean, they made multiple. Oh, didn't they have
Yes,
a wee heavy?
we have it. Yeah,
Yeah, but I remember there was just a Scotch ale, right? That was like
yeah,
flannel label ish.
yeah. It was okay. And then the wee heavy was incredible.
Yeah, yeah. The wee heavy was really good.
This isn't as good as the wee heavy, but it's good. I don't know.
No,
I'm enjoying it.
but like my one, and I'm curious to hear your takes on it. My one thing, I the mouth feels pretty thin,
Um,
or maybe
Honestly,
yours
it's
is
kind of
different.
weird. I didn't notice. Like, I thought it was a pretty decent mouthfeel at the time, and I'm drinking this now. I'm like, "Yeah, it's a little thinner than I remembered. Not that I remember, but like it seemed earlier. I think when I had a very fluffy pour and I'm sipping like the head, it's all creamy.
Yeah,
I think the body was a little more substantial, at least seemingly. As I said to now, I was like, it's a little thinner than I thought it was. It's even though it was like 20 minutes ago or less, but
yeah. I started saying like light to medium, and I was like, the more I drank, I was like, this is a little thin. Um, the coffee is the main note for me in this. Like it is very roasty, which isn't a bad thing, but like I appreciate that they added the caramel on top of the coffee because I wonder if they tried it with just the coffee. And I feel like if it was just the coffee, it would kind of kill the sweetness from the adjuncts. So I'm assuming because there is a good amount of caramel in this, but like there's a little bit of spice, little bit of vanilla, but like I feel like the coffee sort of overpowers it, which it is what it is. And I do enjoy the coffee aspect of the beer, but I feel like they must have added the caramel just to make sure like it wasn't too bitter. You know what I mean?
yeah. To me, coffee tastes very
I know.
acrid. That'd be
I know.
horrific to drink.
Did the back of your can pretty much say like this malty Scotch ale is brewed with blah 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 with the apple cider
I
donut in every
I
pint?
I honestly never read it. Throw in that flannel, breathe in the crisp air. You get ready to go apple cider donut picking because this year's crop is finally ready for harvest. The rich and malty Scotch ale was brewed with the perfect ratio of one freshly baked apple cider donut from Bishop's Orchard in every pint. Warm cinnamon notes, cakey donut flavor. I don't get any of that though. Decadent vanilla, yeah. I mean, it's there, but not decadent. And just a hint of snappy, cidery goodness make this the perfect autumn sipper. Drink it. It's liquid donut magic and made with love. Just for you, fresh from Little House, Great Falls, and Bishops.
Yeah, mine stops at the every a cider donut every pint, and then it says for this special variation, in addition to the decadent cinnamon and vanilla note you'd normally taste, we layered it with coffee and caramel as an extra treat. Drink it. It's liquid caramel coffee donut magic. I don't know if I would say that, if I would agree with that, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, my beer's fine. I like it.
yeah, and I said that too.
You know?
I like for the first time in a while, like I critiqued it. I was like, I would like the mouthfeel to be a little bit higher. I would like the other adjuncts to sort of shine through more on the coffee, and I don't know if that means they have to add more adjuncts and then add coffee, but then that could overpower the one you have, right? So like I guess this is like an interesting this is an interesting science experiment for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't share them.
Well, yeah, you would have hated this.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
Everything
Actually,
you would hate in a beer and just a beverage in general.
yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
But I am glad Steven sent us not sent, he gave them to us in person. What do you get from like a Scotch ale characteristic though? Like I get this little bit of like, it feels like on the back, right at the back of the palate, or I get this like more interesting, like, I don't know how to describe it.
Well, Scotch ale is just a strong ale, but from Scotland, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like I don't know, it's the same stuff I get from a strong ale. It's definitely dominated by the spice and stuff, but I do get sort of that malty, that sort of like kind of caramel kind of a thing I get from stronger ales.
Yeah.
I don't get like a booze hit. 7%. I mean, I'm too acclimated to ABV beers. It's not the Scotchiest ale I've ever had.
Right.
Like.
Yeah.
Not like the Wee Heavy, which I think is, incredible. And this, I don't remember the name of the place, but I was at like a sort of a brew pub in Victoria, Canada, that had like this incredible Scotch ale. I had about like a dozen a day.
A day.
I was real fucked up. The
Well,
whole time. It was good. I only got it because it was the highest ABV beer they had on draft, so I just kept drinking them.
That's when you're drinking like that. You were drinking like one of those people. What's the
highest
20. Yeah, of course.
I was 23. Like, I don't know. Like, I was just thinking, because I was broke, like, how much drunk could I get for this much money? And it's like, well, I can get this much drunk if I drink this beer, and like I can get the 4% Pilsner, at the same cost. Like, I'll just get the fucking one that's like 9% or 10, whatever it was. It's very high, at least for me at the time. I got fuckered up. It was good.
Nice. So yeah, I guess down in the comments, have you had Little House Brewing's apple cider donuts? Have you had both variants, the one with caramel and coffee, or the one without caramel and coffee? Which one do you prefer? And what do you think of Little House in general? I haven't had anything else from Little House. I know they're from Chester, Connecticut, and that they're 12% brews it for them. But I do enjoy the beer. I just kind of wish either the coffee wasn't as overpowering from the adjuncts, because I did suspect what Mike said about the spices, and I think I would have really preferred to get that a little bit more in the actual beer. But yeah, I guess that's a win in Mike's corner for against coffee. Usually I'm like, oh, coffee makes every beer better. I don't know about that right now. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think coffee would make Julius better, okay? Stop
Maybe
it,
that's
Sean.
an experiment for another
Stop
day.
it. Stop it.
If anyone from Treehouse is watching,
stop it.
Nate.
Stop it. Stop it.
Free Nate with the coffee. Anyways, down in the comments, what do you think? Nerdsense.net from their Instagram, Facebook. If those are your things, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, those notification bells to notify me post new videos. And I'm Sean. That's Mike. Nope, that's Ozzy. There you go. That's Mike. And this is Nerdsense. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.